Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Yours truly, Will I Am, in the building with Will. And we got Mr. Stacks. What's going on? Cuzzo, what's going on?
Not much, fella. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing great. Man, it's another weekend. This is festival week, right? Festive week, right? You know, we got Thanksgiving coming up and all that good stuff, man. We got nothing but football, great football games. It's been going on and still going on right as we speak. Hey, I just hope everybody has had a great weekend. How's your weekend been, though?
So far, so good, man. You know, I'm off for the next week, so looking forward to that, you know.
Okay. Hey,
Just resting and relaxing,
he
you
got
know.
a whole weekend, baby. Hey, I love that, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I wish I could say that. But I will say this. 2 days. I got 2 days, and then I'm off. So 2 days, and then I'll go back to like the following Tuesday. So I try to get like little cuz. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Hey, if you don't know where to find us at, hey, it's scrolling down there. Y'all see what the deal is. Y'all know what's going on. 54 Sports Network, the hottest social media in the Ville, in the state of Kentucky. You know what the deal is. So go ahead and follow, like, subscribe. We really appreciate that. Continue to show support. Also, Mile Wide Beard Company, In Touch Therapy, Dr. Deion Woods for sponsorship. Love that. We need more sponsorship. You watch the show, let us know. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get it cracking. Y'all know what it is. And today, we're going to go ahead and review Week 12, a recap, you know what I'm saying? Not review, but we'll recap it. We had some games to get on, some real good games, and some games that some turds. Some people had some turds out. I don't know why, but it did. And we're gonna start out with the let me make sure I get this right, because it's all over the place. I want to make sure we ain't gonna start off with them. We and all this kind of stuff and the Giants. No. We're gonna start off with what happened on Thursday night, bro. We're gonna start off with that one. That was the Texans 23, the Bills 20. Uh, Texans 23, the Bills 19. That was kind of unexpected, but I didn't realize. I'm not gonna lie, cuz I didn't realize that Texas got the number one defense, and they showed. They showed up, they showed out, and they spanked Allen. And you and I talked about it. You and I and Mark. Mark is taking care of business. Hopefully he'll be back next week. We talked about the missing pieces, right, with the Bills. No, not a true number one receiver, and they still don't have it. Keon Clark. I mean, not Keon Clark, but Keon Coleman. He's not. He wasn't even when he was playing. He was benched for the second time. I know you're going to hit the stats with that. It is what it is on that one. But my gosh, bro, I didn't because I know Texas been, but I didn't see it like this. But Texas, hey man, they are what 6-5, hunting for the playoffs and trying to do what they got to do. And you cannot let one man beat you, and they did not let one man beat them. And that's the Bills, right? That's Allen and the
Right.
Bills. Allen and the and five heartbeats or whatever you want to say, and the Temptations. It is what it is on that one, and it's get tiring, but I know you're going to do it. So go and get in the stats, and then you talk about what you talk about the game, because my thing is it was a lot of sacks.
Right. Josh Allen, 24-34, 253 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 8 sacks. He was touched 8 times in the game. James Cook, 116 yards and a touchdown. Khalil Shakur, leading receiver, 110 yards for Buffalo. On the other side, Davis Mills, 16 of 30, 153 yards, 2 TDs, no sacks. Woody Marks, 74 yards on the ground. Nico Collins, 3 for 55, was their longest receiver. Texans defense ranked number 1 in the NFL. Sacked Bills quarterback Josh Allen a career high 8 times and forced 3 turnovers, including 2 interceptions by safety Kalen Bullock. Houston's defense held the Bills' offense to 12 points. Buffalo's other touchdown was a 98-yard kick return by Ray Davis. The Bills suffered multiple in-game injuries, including potential issues for right tackle Spencer Brown, linebacker Terrell Bernard, whose statuses are now considered week to week. Major news, Texas won their 3rd straight game without starting quarterback C.J. Stroud, who's expected to return next week. Bills quarterback Josh Allen shouldered the blame for the offensive struggles, which included 0 passing touchdowns. The win improved the Texans to 6-5, bringing them back into the playoff race, while the Bills dropped to 7-4.
Do we? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, after last week and the the game Josh Allen put on last week, you expect a little bit more from him this week. It's like, how do you go from such a high to such a low? Maybe it's the short week. I don't know.
Now the short week has produced a lot of awful games. A lot of awful games, right? And we've seen that, and it's crazy to deal with that, and it is what it is. Let's be real about that. But another fumble, boy. Eagles keep fumbling the ball, bro. They just fumble again. I'm sorry. We multitask around here. But the thing about it is, man, James Cook, we're used to him, popping off and doing whatever. So to me, that's the only one you got, right? Him and Cook. Everybody else is, Dalton Kincaid or whatever. He's hurt. He's still by himself. He had 2 interceptions. Awful game. Cook had a good game. Don't get me wrong. Cook had a good game. But that's it. Shakur, okay, 110. But what did you do at the trade deadline? Right? Like, you can go get some more help, bro.
Right.
And you should have. But they feel that they can go ahead and do everything perfect because Josh Allen can carry them to victories. It doesn't work like that, bro. This is not high school football. This is not college. This is pro. Yes, he will have a game that looked like the week before. That's what he does. We know that. We all know that. But it don't pan out like that, brother. It doesn't. And now we've seen it. But my question to you, Mr. Stats, do you bring back CJ Stroud when Long Neck Mills has won 3 games for you?
I think you definitely consider it. I mean, again, looking at that line, what was it? 173 yards. What was it? How many yards?
153, 16 for 20, 153.
Yeah,
it wasn't
16
like he was
for 20,
rocking.
153. No. And then too, your defense is carrying you, so
Big time.
Bringing back your number one, your number one QB. I don't know that it improves you. I don't, know that he was playing much better than your boy is playing right now. But like I said, you're paying your number one guy, so you got to bring him back.
Well, he's still on a rookie contract. Let's be real. He's still on a rookie contract. But I would say this: what makes Mills tolerable? Let's say that's the word we're going to use today. Tolerable is that he managed the game. Now Stroud gonna risk it because he got a cannon. And sometimes you risk, you know what happens. You know what happens on the risk, right? Turnovers, different stuff like that. And really, you got to play Stroud. Stroud is the better quarterback, as we all know, without a doubt. But it's just when you have a backup that's managed the game well, he's not hurting you, he's taking care of business. Sometimes you might want to just let him cook a little bit. That's all I'm saying, Stats. Let him cook a little bit longer.
Right.
We had the same thing happen. Who was that? With the what team was that? Damn, we had the same thing that we was going through.
With a win like today.
Well, Thursday's win. Yeah. Against the Bills. Yeah. But who was it? It was another team that was it was Wentz. You remember? But he got hurt, so that ended that. You remember Wentz was balling for Minnesota, and it was the same thing. What you gonna do, right? So. That type of stuff. So a good win by the Texans. Took care of business on that one. Next up, we go into today's game. This was the game to me. We talked about this on Thursday's show, Don and I'm like, I don't understand why this game wasn't actually the 8:00 game. Flex to the 8:00 game. This was everything that you wanted to be, and the Colts just could not. The recipe to beat the Chiefs is you got to keep scoring, man. You can't just when it's 17-9 and things like that, dude. That's not no. They're gonna beat you. They're gonna beat you, and they did. They came back, tied the game, went in overtime. They looked horrible in overtime. Couldn't do anything, and it was a mess. Colts had this game. Colts, you having a hell of a season. This is the game. This game right here probably would have buried the Chiefs. I'm gonna say that. It probably would have buried them, brother. I'm gonna say that, and I mean that. But now they're breathing again. T-Rock, Travis is happy. They continue to win because the whole thing is this, and you know yourself, Mr. Stats, you do not want to see the Chiefs in the playoffs.
No.
You don't. It is what it is. What you got for me, Stats?
No, I mean, once again, the Chiefs, figure it out, just a way to survive, right? They just, it's not, crushing their opponents or anything like that. It's just barely getting by, They make ways to do it. Chiefs narrowly defeated the Colts, the game-winning field goal, overtime, 30-yard completion from Patrick Mahomes to Xavier Worthy, keyed the game-winning drive in overtime. Harrison Butker connected on the game-winning 27-yard field goal. The Colts held an 11-point fourth-quarter lead that evaporated. The Chiefs' defense made a crucial sack on a 3rd and goal late in the fourth quarter to force the field goal and overtime. The Colts had 4 consecutive 3-and-outs at one point in the game. Daniel Jones, 19 of 31, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, 29 of 46, 352. No TDs, but one interception. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 58 yards. Kareem Hunt, on the other hand, 30 carries for 104 yards, one TD. Rashee Rice, 141 yards receiving on the day. Ashton Doolin was the leading any receiver at 48 yards. Yeah, I mean, this is the Chiefs, man. I think it's dynastic the way they do this, right? It's just they find a way to, stay on top, or not even on top, but to be competitive right now, and like you said, you don't want to see them in the playoffs.
You don't. So this was really, I mean, they done had some nice wins, but this was going to be a big win. Can Danny Dimes produce, man? Are we going to get it where we think Danny Dimes cannot produce when it matters? Because they were sitting on. Let's be honest, they didn't score no points in the fourth quarter. You're inviting Kansas City to beat you. You didn't score no points. Like, come on, bro. Everybody's got a kicker that can kick 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
let's keep real. And that right there, man, that this game right here, we might look back at it, and this game right here may be what cost them home field advantage. Because we all know everybody wants that home field advantage. And that right there hurts. It hurts. Next up, we have Tigers and Bears. Oh my, oh my. Bears 31, Steelers 28. Give them their flowers. No matter what, I don't care. You play who's in front of you. The Steelers was leading the AFC North, and actually no more. They're tied with some other team we'll talk about. But the Bears, man, hey, Ben Johnson, the organization for hiring Ben Johnson, for Ben Johnson picking that organization. Because let's not forget, Ben Johnson had a lot of teams that wanted him. Let's be real. And he decided on the Bears because he loved what he can do with Caleb. And my gosh, man, they cooking, brother. They are cooking. And this is a big win. I don't care what the Steelers record is, and people are like, well, the Steelers, they're. Hey, this is what the Bears needed on their resume to play another smash mouth football, and this wasn't even smash mouth football. 31 points against the Steelers, 28 against the Bears. This was like what your offense can do. Yes, we had somebody who didn't play, but hell, what difference would he make? I don't know. We talk about his old ass all the time. I don't think he would have made a difference. But Bears with a huge win, man. And who would have thought? Bears is 8-3. 8-3.
Yeah.
Damn, they leading the other division, man. Go ahead, Stats. What you get on this?
Oh my goodness. Mason Rudolph, 24-31, 171, one TD, one INT. Kenneth Gainwell, 92 yards, no TDs. Jalen Warren, 68 yards and a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Chicago, Caleb Williams, 19-35 for 239 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Monangai was the leading rusher, 48 yards and a touchdown for him today. DJ Moore, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, was the leading receiver for the Bears today. Let me see. The Bears staged an impressive rally after trailing in the second quarter to secure their 4th straight win. Caleb Williams threw 3 touchdown passes. The Bears defense generated 2 key takeaways that directly resulted in 14 points for the offense. The Steelers started backup quarterback Mason Rudolph due to Aaron Rodgers' left wrist injury. Chicago improved their record to 8-3 on the season. The Bears won on a field goal as time expired.
Again.
Yeah.
They good for that.
Again, like you said, for the Bears, unexpected, but, it's great to see, after all this time, that they finally put together a winning product.
Good, man. Good. And and they're winning these close games. You know what I'm saying? Like it reminds me of you remember how now Lions was blowing people out. They actually was blowing people out, and they just couldn't do it in the playoffs. But like the Bucks. I mean, they grinding. They finding ways to win, but they're putting points up on the board. The defense is bend don't break type stuff. But it's just so impressive, man. Because if Caleb looked like how he did last year, Ben was probably going to get a new quarterback. The Birds was probably going to go ahead and draft another quarterback. Now it's like, hey man, let's let him know how to be a professional. I need you to be a professional. Right. That's all we need you to do because you got all the talent. You need to be a professional. And the Birds, man, hey, hats off to them, man. Man, hey, if your boy was playing, what you think, man? What you think? Do you think that the old man Rodgers would have done something? I mean,
I really don't see that QB line changing much.
I always got to go to you because I mean, you had him when he was rocking and rolling.
Right. Well, he's nowhere near that anymore. He's nowhere near that. I mean, like I said, just the look isn't there anymore. He just doesn't look like an athlete anymore, right?
Right.
And like I said, his line wouldn't have been much different than Mason's at this point. I don't think he's thrown for over 200 yards maybe once this season. And that's Aaron's. That's his calling card is to be able to throw the ball and get some yardage. Accumulate yardage, but that ain't him here in Pittsburgh. Like I said, it seems like he's capped at 200 yards. You're not gonna do too much doing that. As far as scoring the ball.
Yeah, and it's almost like, let's be real, it's almost like Pittsburgh need to go ahead and draft another quarterback. They need to draft another quarterback or take somebody else's quarterback because.
It's this time.
I wouldn't let Aaron back. I wouldn't want him back. It's time to go ahead and get another quarterback and rock and roll. Because the crazy thing is, and we'll talk about this when we get to this other team, you don't left the door open for another team to come and take your spot. That's all I'm gonna say. Truly. Mm-hmm. Speaking of teams and taking spots, Patriots 26, Bengals 20. I think we all had this on our bingo card. I think we all had this on our bingo. We don't know what's going on with the Bengals, man. Why are we seeing reports of Joey Buckets practicing and this is over. This is over. Done. Don't even. Why waste? Like you still have that.
Don't risk it.
Awful. You still have that awful offensive line. Why would you risk it, brother? Leave that alone. Let's rock and roll with that. It is what it is. So the New England Patriots came in there, took care of business like they should have. The Bengals. First of all, Bengals have talent. We know that. Not on defense, but on the offense, and they take care of what they need to take care of. So, not shocked. But New England smells of a team that's going to get in the playoffs and lose in the playoffs because they don't have a lot of. They're missing some stuff, bro. You can tell, like, this is like, hey, we're doing our thing. We're doing some stuff. We're doing, they're not quite there yet. Now, if this was verbal second year, third year, oh yeah, this is you better watch out. But the crazy thing is, though, Mr. Stats, they're gonna get that number 1 seed. And they're probably gonna have to play a Ravens or a Steelers or a Kansas City Chiefs, and that's not gonna be good for that. Those are teams they don't want to play. What you got on this game, Stats?
Yeah, like you said, I think they're one of those that, is going to break off into the playoffs with this huge record and, kind of disappoint early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they wasn't quite ready for it. Drake May, 22 of 35, 294 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. Joe Flacco, 19 of 37, 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. Travion Henderson, 18 rushes for 66 yards for New England. Chase Brown, 19 for 107 for Cincinnati. Hunter Henry, 7 receptions, 115 yards and a touchdown, was the leading receiver. Andre Iosivas, 4 for 61, was the leading receiver for Cincinnati. The AFC leading Patriots overcame a 10-point deficit and a wave of injuries to secure their 9th consecutive win. Patriots safety Marcus Jones had a 33-yard interception return for a touchdown. Bengals kicker Evan McPherson set a franchise record with a 63-yard field goal.
Woo! 63?
Yeah. Patriots suffered multiple injuries, starting with left tackle Will Campbell, left guard Jarrett Wilson, safety Brendan Schooler, and lineman Kyrus Tonga, all leaving the game and not returning. Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins suffered a concussion late in the game. Bengals top receiver Jamar Chase served a 1-game suspension for an incident in the prior week. I think we all know about the spitting incident. Was he the difference in this game?
Yes. I would say yes, Cuzzo, for the simple fact he's going to demand a double team. So that means everybody else is open. Everybody else is eating. And he's still going to catch his balls. Dude is a difference maker, bar none. And to play them, even though they had to come back to do this, they still would have won the game. I think the Patriots still would have probably won the game because Bengals had to fight back to get, they had to fight back in this. Let's be real.
Right.
They had to fight back. But, would it been a little bit closer? Yeah, of course. Would they had a chance? Yes. I just think Patriots at a better place right now because Flacco, God bless Flacco. He's doing what he can do, but he is what he is. He's limited. We know that, he might have a good game for good first half, and the second half, that arm is noodle. It is what it is. But good win. What you think? Do you think that he would have made a difference? I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I definitely think he would have made a difference, as far as offensively, yes, but I don't know. Now, had these, these injuries that the Patriots suffered in the game with a Jamar Chase, I think it could have gone the other way. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, those are the key players, offensive linemen and things like that, first-round picks, makes a difference, the protection. So, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Next up, this game was closer than the score says. Ravens were struggling. Ravens won 23-10 over the Jets. This is also, they know each other, they hate each other, defensive minded, all that kind of stuff. We know that. What goes on with that territory, but is Lamar really healthy? Because 153 yards ain't getting the job done, bro. I'm sorry, it's not. And it is not going to get the job done. It's not going to get the job done, and it didn't get the job done. Let's be real. And I'm ready. I'm Lamar to the T, but also gonna be like something's going on with this offense that is not clicking. It hasn't clicked all year. He did come back. I think what is his second game back, third game back, something like that. And they on a winning streak. This is a team that's getting ready to supplant the Steelers. The Steelers have allowed them to do what they need to do. Point blank. And they done took their cookies. And the crazy thing is I'm talking about Lamar. Lamar might, all it takes is getting that rhythm back, right? As a quarterback, get that rhythm back, get that confidence back. He knows this is the same team that he had last year, right? And all this. but the Jets made them earn it, man. And hats off to the Jets. Hats off to Tyrod Taylor, right? And Breeze Hall. Yeah, these numbers don't, but if you didn't watch the game, you don't know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Because this game was tighter than that, man, and they had a fight for that. What you got, Stats?
Oh man. Let me see. Tyrod Taylor, 17 of 28, 222. One touchdown, one INT. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, 13 of 23, 153, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Brees Hall, 16 carries, 44 yards. He also had 75 yards on the receiving also. Was the leading receiver also for the team. Zay Flowers, 58 yards, was the leading receiver for Baltimore. Derrick Henry, 64 yards, 2 TDs today to get them over the hump. The Ravens secured a home win to move above 500 for the first time this season. The Jets limited the Ravens' offense to just one field goal in the first half. Jets wide receiver John Mechie III scored a touchdown for the second consecutive game.
Okay.
Ravens have now won 5 straight. The game was a low-scoring affair early with both teams scoreless in the first quarter rather. God damn. The Ravens overcame early offensive struggles to secure the victory. This game, like you said, the score isn't indicative of how close it looked on television, right? The Jets put up a good fight, but they fell to the Ravens. So, and like you said, it wasn't so much Lamar today.
No, not at all. And my whole thing is that this is another team, cuz, that I think they really probably should have. They should have drafted. They should have traded for a receiver. Maybe they should have took New Orleans Shaheed or whatever that burner. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they should have took him. And I know that he went somewhere else, but Lamar and him, he has old receivers, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Flowers, but he needs somebody else to rock with him. He don't have that. He don't have that, man. And that's a problem. That's a problem to me. When you can go ahead and make yourself better, and you don't do that, that's a problem. And that sucks. So it is what it is, man. And good win for the Ravens. The Ravens has actually, let's be real, the Ravens has won 5. They was 1-5. One and 5. It has came all the way back to freaking tie Pittsburgh. And them two haven't played yet, I don't think. I think they got 2 games coming up, right? Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, next up. This game should not have been this close. Seahawks 30, Titans 24. Shame on the Seahawks, messing up all the FanDuel people bettors, because you had this game. I mean, it was over. And you decided you just going to go ahead and just let them back in the game and kill everybody's stuff. And that's what they did. Kill everybody's stuff. Big time. So they have the best receiver in the league right now. Jackson's the best receiver. And what's so crazy? Donald just does enough. He's a fringe. You know what? He's a fringe top 15. He's between 15 and 20 to me. And this thing, if he was with a real passer, what his numbers look like. We'll get into that a little later. But great win. Any road win, I don't care who you play. I don't care if a team has never won anything. It makes no difference. On the road, things happen. We know that. Great win for the Seahawks. Seahawks 8-3, 5-1 away from home. You talking about packing your? That tells you 2 things, Stats. that means their defense travels. It also means that they got a lot of home games remaining at the end of the season. Big time. What you get on his stats?
Right. Sam Darnold, 16-26, 244, 2 touchdowns. Cam Ward, 28 of 42, 256, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker III, 11 carries, 71 yards. Cam Ward was the leading rusher, 6 carries, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. Smith Jigba, 167, 2 touchdowns receiving a day. Gunnar Helm was Tennessee's highest receiver with 51 yards. Seattle Seahawks win their 5th game in 6. Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith Jigma set a single season franchise record for receiving yards, 1,313 through 11 games, and had 167 yards and 2 touchdowns this game.
Ridiculous.
Titans rookie quarterback Cam Ward was sacked 4 times. Seattle's linebacker Chaz Surratt, running back George Holani, and safety Ty Okada, oblique, all left with injuries. Titans left tackle Dan Moore, defensive, what is that? DT, what is DT? Defensive tackle?
Tackle.
What is it?
Tackle.
Yeah, tackle. Shai Tuttle and center Lloyd Cushenberry were injured. The Titans lost their 6th consecutive. My question is, 24, was that your over or under for the Titans in this game?
Oh, Lord. No.
Talking about points.
Points. It was over. That's way over what they wouldn't expect to score that. Yeah. The point spread was actually, it opened at 12.5, right? So basically all they had to win about 13 and really they allowed them to get back in the game. Giving up 21 points to the Titans in the second half is not what you want to do. Maybe they got lax because let's be real, Jackson had 160 something in 3 quarters, pretty much. He was balling. So my question to you is this: can Sam Darnold, and I mean, he balled last year. First of all, he's got a hell of an agent because he ends up with teams that he had great receivers. You remember Minnesota, great receivers. You got Jackson, great receiver, and you remember that they was the team who traded and got the burner from New Orleans, Shaheem or whatever. They got him, right? So my question to you is: Donald built to win, to go deep in the playoffs, man?
I'm gonna say time will tell. I'm not gonna discount it. I'm not gonna say he can't. Because like you said, he's shown that he can be solid with the right pieces around him. If he can continue just on the trajectory he's on right now, I think definitely in the future he could be one of those premier types.
I'm gonna say hell no, he can't. For the simple fact, for when you have Jefferson, who was the best then, and Addison and all this, and Hawkinson, like he's very smart. Now, no one knew that Jackson was going to do what he's doing this year, but he was great last year. He was a top 8 receiver within that. Let's just put it that way. Last year, my thing is that you can't have the top quarterbacks that we talk about. They don't have games that you have 5 interceptions and 4 interceptions. And he's been in the league a minute now. Like, people fail to realize Mr. Donald's been in the league for a while now. It ain't like this is his first 2 years, right? He was down there getting bashed, you know what I'm saying, at the different spots that he's been. But my whole thing is that it starts with him. That defense is going to play lights out. It's going to get better, right? Because they probably top 5 defensive in the league, bar none. So what you need to do is manage the game, throw to who you need to throw, rely on that running game. But can you do that? I don't know, bro. And I'm just saying, and I like him. You remember when he was with Jets and Jets tried to kill him? You know what I'm saying? Jets tried to kill everybody. I think he's a solid quarterback, but that's why I put him like a fringe 15 to 20 because he has not taken that step yet. And that step is playoffs. You got to win. You got to win some playoff games, and we'll see. But hats off to his agent because they don't miss, bro. Started off with the Jets and got burnt and all that kind of stuff. He ain't doing that Carolina Panthers, whoever else he was it, whatever. But yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference. Next up, speaking of his former team got beat by your team, got shellacked. Packers 23, Vikings 6. I'm so happy that Mr. Love decided he wants to make an appearance because I was ready and I mean, it wasn't a great game for him stats-wise, but leadership-wise. And I'm going to say this, man, as many teams don't have a number one, but I would say this, I don't know too many teams that have a lot of number twos, and the Packers have a lot of number twos that are capable of doing things. Period. From Dobbs, from Watson to Golden, those dudes are number twos. But if you're sitting there humming in that style that they run at West Coast they do, everybody can eat. It still comes up to love. This is all about love, man. Because if he does not, I'm going to say this. If Love does not produce how he needs to produce this year, they're probably going to be looking for another quarterback. Even though they paid him. We understand these quarterbacks getting paid, but they go ahead and cut people, and then we eat that up, and they reconstruct contracts and do what they got to do because this is your third year as a starter, and it shouldn't look like this bad, bro. Like, your stats is horrible. But you didn't hurt him. You didn't hurt him, but you didn't do a lot, man. What you got? Stats is your team. Tell me what you thought about the game. Tell me the stats, all that good stuff, brother.
No, I think you're right. You know what I mean? He's out there with a bunch of number twos, and he's starting to look like a number two. To tell you the truth, Jordan Love, I think he's starting to look like a number two.
That's the problem.
He may not be, who we expecting from, J.J. McCarthy, 12 and 19, 87 yards, 2 INTs. Jordan Mason, 8 carries, 42 yards, is your leading rusher. Justin Jefferson, 48 yards, leading receiver today from Minnesota. Just a dud all around, it looked like. Jordan Love, 14 of 21, 139 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. Emmanuel Wilson, another number two today, was 28 carries and 107 yards, 2 touchdowns today.
He balled.
He kicked ass today, So in place of what's his name?
Jacobs.
Jacobs. The Packers defense dominated the Vikings in a decisive home victory. The Vikings offense was held to only 145 total yards and 2 of 9 on third down conversions. Quarterback J.J. McCarthy of the Vikings was sacked 5 times and intercepted twice. Green Bay ended a 2-game losing streak. The defense limited Minnesota to just 2 field goals, both from over 50 yards. The Packers improved to 7-3-1 on the season in the game. So yeah, man, definitely. I mean, it's a good win. A win is a win, but just how we won, it was ugly, and I hope that we do better going forward.
Now this is quarterback central. First of all, hats off to the backup running back for the Packers that came up and did his thing because he really did his thing. When is enough, man? We talked about McCarthy. Dude's not a starting quarterback in the league. He really not. Just because you did something in college does not mean it's going to translate transfer over to the league. Dude is not good. He's not. He's not, bro. 87 yards. And don't get me wrong, Jordan Love didn't do much better. except that he didn't throw
Not
two
much.
interceptions. He didn't throw two interceptions,
Right.
right? And the crazy thing is this: we're blessed that there's a lot of great talent in the league. When is JJ gonna say it's enough? I want out, man. For real, bro. Like he's done suffered some. Kirk Cousins and I can't stand him, but he was humming with Kirk Cousins. He was humming. He was doing his thing. Man, 4 receptions, 48 yards against one of your rivals, one of your people that you hate. Vikings and Packers hate each other. You want to show out. You want to go ahead and do what you got. You can't even do that because you got a quarterback which was 12 for 19, 87 yards, 2 interceptions. My guy, Addison, their number 2, had nothing. What are you doing? That organization has royally messed up. You have plug in a quarterback, let it eat. But you pick a guy who you thought that he led Michigan to the championship, that it was going to be. Dude's not that good. Tom Brady is an anomaly. That doesn't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the Packers, and like you said, like I said before, Jordan Love, get ready, baby, because they're not gonna continue to do this with you. Deservingly so. And the crazy thing is this: Packers is 7-3-1. Right there. Right, they're in the playoffs, but they're right there near, you know what I'm saying, near the Bears, and got the game played with them. But come on, this is hey, Love. What Love got to do with it? Love gonna be at the door. Love didn't come home last night. That's what happened. That kind of shit. Now, why did the Lions decide they wanted to play around with the Giants? Now, you and I are probably one of the rare people that respect Jameis Winston enough, because we know he can throw 200 interceptions, but he also can throw 200 TDs. He is your vintage Jekyll and Hyde. You just don't know what you're gonna get. But dude came out balling today, and this is, I don't know, Stats, if this is more a fault of the Lions defense, or the Giants is putting pieces together, and you would have thought that the Detroit Lions would have just blew them out the water. Not so fast, my friend. The Giants was in this game. The Giants has a lot of talent. Jameis Winston was probably one of the best backup pickups that they did. Dart was still out again, but hats off to the Giants, because the thing about it is, I don't think that they are too many players away from being in the playoffs. We understand Jackson was hurt, Scottaboo. Those two, if they can stay healthy and you add a little bit more to that offense and a little bit more to their defense, I don't think they that far. And they would become a scary team, because let's not forget Malik Neighbors is on that team. I would love to see him and Jackson and Scottaboo and Robinson from Kentucky. It could be dangerous. It could be really dangerous.
Yeah.
What you got, Stats, and what you think about this game?
Oh man, well, I mean, yeah, like the Giants, they definitely competed today. Jameis, back in the game, he can air the ball out. He's gonna pass the ball. 18 of 36 for him today, 366 yards.
Wow.
2 touchdowns, but then there was a quick Jameis at the end of the game where he threw an interception. Tyrone Tracy Jr., 62 yards, no touchdowns, leading rusher. Wan'Dale Robinson, 9 receptions, 156 yards, 1 touchdown for New York. Jared Goff, on the other hand, 28 of 42, 279, 2 TDs, 1 INT. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns today. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 receptions, 149 yards, 1 TD, was leading receiver. Yeah, and also Jameis, he caught a reception for a touchdown today.
Yeah, they was balling.
Yeah, he touched. Yeah, he balled out, man. So it's just not enough for the Lions. But the fact that it went into OT was really a shocker to me. I really wasn't expecting that at all. The Lions better figure some shit out here in the next couple weeks,
right.
because they're just teetering on that edge right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they definitely need to figure it out.
The whole thing is this: how much do they miss Ben Johnson? They miss, to me, this is when you miss someone who's really creative on an offense with all that talent. So it's a problem when Campbell is calling the plays. Never called plays in his career as a coach. But you done decide to call plays, take away from the other dude. That's a problem. And this is a problem. I think this is a big problem because their defense is atrocious. Can they score points? Yes, they can. But their defense is bad. Really bad. Let's be real. So, Stats, the question is to you, can the Lions be a Super Bowl contender team?
I think they could, but it's going to take a lot for them to, really cover some of those loose ends. Like, the defense has got to be able to stop somebody like the Giants,
Right.
in the playoffs. Like, yeah, you playing better teams than that, right? You know what I mean? You don't need to be going into OT with, teams that, can't.
Right.
They shouldn't be able to compete with you, right? You know what I mean? So these are games you should be winning. You should be winning by larger margins and things like that. And you've lost a couple that you probably shouldn't have lost this year. So can they? I think they could, but it's going to take a lot. And do I expect that to happen this season? I don't think so.
And the bad thing is, and this is when in the playoffs is when if the season ended today, they wouldn't even be in the playoffs. That's how they have fallen. The crazy thing is that if they get in the playoffs, this is when you really miss Johnson and Glenn as coordinators. So more, and I would say like Johnson, because we're used to the Lions the past 2 years scoring 50 points on people. So the defense can be horrible and give up 20-some points, but they scoring 50, 49. They blowing people out, looking like the Rams did, when they was the greatest show on turf. They ain't like that now. And it's a problem when the head coach is calling he feels the crumbles. He feels shit crumbling, and it's crumbling big time. All right, here we go. We got these 4:00 games that just basically ended, so we're going to fill this in. We got the Jags and the Cardinals. Let me go ahead and get everybody up to speed on this one. And this right here also went in overtime. I guess that's the theme. Overtime has been the theme for the day. Big time on that one. So let me go ahead and get everything together and light up this stuff like I do. All righty. So we have the Jags 27, Cardinals 24 in overtime. I'm going to say this because I always been on them as far as the Jags. They have really turned stuff around. They are a playoff team. They 7-4. They up there trying to breathe on the Colts, that kind of stuff like that. But going to Arizona, beating them there in overtime, even though you probably should have won in them regulations, speaks volume on it. Sunshine is doing what he has to do. ETN is doing just enough. I hope the receiver, Bryant, does something, get back, do whatever he got to do. I know he's been hurt or whatever, but This game probably wouldn't win the overtime if you didn't throw 3 interceptions. Sunshine has to clean some stuff up. You good. Brissett is probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, but you help them out with throwing 3 interceptions. But you got the win. You did what you had to do. Now go fly back and do what you got. Take care of business. You actually need to go ahead and send some roses to KC to keep you in breathing distance of the Colts. But hey, good win. Any road win's a great win. So I'll feel you. What you thinking, Stats? What you got?
The Jaguars, a surprise on the season at 7-4. Huh. And never expected it, right? Trevor Lawrence, 18 of 30, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns to match with 3 interceptions on the day. Travis Etienne, 15 carries for 86 yards, was the leading rusher for them. Brenton Strange, 5 receptions for 93 yards, was the leading receiver for the Jacksonville today. For Arizona, Jacoby Brissett was 33 of 49, 317 yards, 1 TD, no INTs. Michael Carter was the leading rusher with 28 yards. Michael Wilson, 10 receptions, 118 yards, was the leading receiver for Arizona. The Jaguars continue to, they overcame 4 Trevor Lawrence turnovers to secure an overtime victory. Game-winning field goal. Jaguars kicker Riley Patterson hit a 52-yard in overtime for the win. The Cardinals defense forced 4 turnovers but could not capitalize enough for the win. Jaguars starting wide receiver Brian Thomas, defensive end Trayvon Walker, and starting right tackle Anton Harrison were among 7 inactive players. The Cardinals tied the game with a 47-yard field goal by Chad Ryland with 3 seconds left in regulation.
Wow.
The win kept Jacksonville's playoff hopes reignited after making things difficult on themselves. So
Agreed.
again, Jaguars surprise on the season. Continue the good work, Trevor.
I mean, it's nothing else to say.
Yes.
He does what he does,
Right.
and that was ugly ball, but they won. End of the day,
Right.
they won. I mean, ain't nothing to say. All right, let's move it right along. This right here, Browns versus Raiders, the shit bowl. Let's be that the Raiders was 4 points favored, and my gosh, yeah. This was Shador's first game starting. And we got a lot to talk about on this one. We got a lot to talk about because the Browns 24, the Raiders 10. So can we say the Raiders is the second worst team in the league right now? We can say that. Yes, we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that. Yes, we're gonna say that. And can we put the rest? Shador need to go ahead and start the rest of the season. I mean, his stats ain't great. Sometimes it's not about stats. It's about leadership. It's about some guys is going to play better with certain players. If I like you as a player, I respect you as a quarterback, I'm going to probably ball for you, Twan. I'm probably am. Hey, I like him. He works hard. He's cool, cat. I'm going to go deep and do this versus a quarterback that's probably don't even have a connection with me. And let's not get it twisted. The Browns didn't win this because of Shador Sanders. They won this because their defense is legit. Let's be real. Their defense is legit. Stop playing. Garrett with 3 sacks. He is the best defensive player in the league. It has been in a long time. That's why they won this game. It ain't Shador. With this team, you just need to be the bus driver. This get us back home safely. That's it. Let's be real. And Gentry and I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm always on Geno's ass. Numbers look great for him. Pete Carroll I'm off of his ass. I'm on your ass. Go to the front office. Give up coaching. You have a lot of man. You got the best tight end in the league, and you can't even feature him because you don't have another receiver. Like he's the only guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got Lockett and all these other old ass receivers who ain't worth shit. Dude, I'm double teaming. What are we talking about, bro? Like we double team him and the offense is done. Done. And it is. Stats, what you got, brother?
Oh man. Shedeur Sanders, 11 of 20, 209 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT. Kenshawn Judkins, 16 for 47, 2 touchdowns on the night. Dylan Sampson, 2 receptions, 59 yards, and a touchdown, was the leading receiver for Cleveland today. Geno Smith, on the other hand, 30 of 44, 285 yards, 1 TD. Ashton Jeanty, 17 carries for 50 yards. Tyler Lockett, 4 receptions for 62 yards, was the leading receiver for them on the day. Key stat, the Browns defense recorded 10 sacks,
Lord have mercy.
the most by any NFL team over the last 2 seasons, with Myles Garrett contributing 3. Shedeur Sanders passed for 209 yards and a touchdown in his debut as the starter. This victory snapped a streak dating back to 1995 for a Browns starter to win his first career start. The Raiders have now lost 5 consecutive. The Browns trolled the Raiders after the game by editing their faces into a frame from the movie The Hangover, which is set in Las Vegas and changes Sin City to Win City.
They monkey for that.
Yeah, so they need to stay away from that, man. They need to, not bring that old Showtime bullshit to Cleveland, man. You know what I mean? They can leave that shit in Colorado.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, leave that in Colorado. We don't bring that here, man. Especially if we ain't winning.
Right.
God.
Yeah. Come on now, stop the madness. But good win for the Browns. Y'all beat the Raiders, man. The Mayor's team, which is I would say the worst team, but it's somebody that resides in Nashville that's worse than you guys. And that's it. That was the 2 worst teams. And man, damn. Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say. Next up, we got the Falcons and the Aints, and I'm gonna bring back the Aints. I know how I do. I know CP Chris Porter. I know you probably hate me saying that, brother. It is what it is. I know y'all got some championship too. We got a championship and all that, but it is what it is, my brother. And I'm gonna say that strictly for you because you guys was favored in this game. Falcons 24, the Aints 10. Cuzzo, it was crazy because when I saw that the Aints was favored, I hurried up and took the Falcons. I moved. Falcons were receiving points. I moved and make them favorites so I can gain more points and more money off the bet. I said, I'm just going to move that they're favored by 3 because there's no way in hell that the Falcons going to lose to the Aints. And that's a rivalry. They both cities hate each other like Lexington and Louisville. There's no way they was going to allow freaking Shuck to beat them. I'm a Louisville guy. I love some Shuck. He did some things. But there's no way. And I was absolutely right, and I saw this. It's too much talent. It's too much talent on the Falcons team. When you go to the second string quarterback, that's a starting quarterback that's been starting in the league who's getting 40-something million. That's why he's still on your team. That's why they probably going to be in a better position to win some games down the stretch when 8 games left or whatever it is, 7 games. They're probably going to be in a better position to win that now he's practicing getting all these reps. As much as Kirk Cousins got on our nerves, Kirk Cousins is a legit mid quarterback, meaning mid that he can win some games.
Mm-hmm.
And he could definitely beat the Aints. And he did.
Definitely do that.
He definitely beat the Aints. What you got, Stats?
All right. Kirk Cousins, 16 of 23, 199, 2 TDs, 1 INT. Bijan, 14 carries, 70 yards on the day. Darnell Mooney, 74 yards, touchdown, was the leading receiver for Atlanta today. Tyler Shue and Taysom Hill both played at quarterback today and both
That's
rushed the
Kentucky
ball.
shit. That's that Kentucky shit. It's Shuck.
Yeah. Shuck. Okay, Shuck. 30 of 43, 243 yards, no TDs, 1 INT. Taysom Hill, 0 of 2, no yardage, no touchdowns. Shuck was the leading rusher in the game with 22 yards. Taysom Hill also had 10 carries for 17 in the day. Chris Olave, 9 receptions for 70 yards, was the leading receiver for Atlanta today. Kirk Cousins stepped in for injured Michael Penix, led the Falcons to a victory, snapping their 5-game losing streak. He threw for 2 touchdown passes, a 9-yarder to David Sills and a 49-yarder to Darnell Mooney. The Saints did not score an offensive touchdown, managing only 2 field goals. Saints running back Alvin Kamara left the game in the first quarter with a knee injury, did not return. Falcons safety Xavier Watts sealed the win with an interception late in the game. The Saints fell to a 2-9 record with the loss. So yeah, those guys are really, really struggling down in New Orleans. And that's probably the third or fourth 2-win team we've seen today, that we've talked about.
Right. The league's a mess.
Yeah.
Let's be real. The league's a mess. And I hate that Alvin Kamara had left the game. He should have left the Aints. Somebody should have gave up something for him. This is a mess. When you read the stats and you said that Shuck was the leading rusher, that's the problem right there. Ain't no way, boss. Ain't no way. This is a bad team. Kellen Moore, you got your championship with the Eagles. You sold your soul. I get it. You're a coach now. You got it. You won't be there too long. Now, this is going to say that. You won't be there too long because you got a lot to fix with that. So, good luck with that one. Sorry, but not sorry. Next up, we had a powerhouse game. We had the Eagles and the Cowboys. So, let me go ahead and get this rock and rolling because this was the tale of 2 halves, big time on this one. Big time. Let's see. Get everything together for you guys. And make sure I put the winners or the losers in that goal. Cowboys 24. The Eagles 21. Wow. Yes, sir. This is bananas. Hell no, you didn't see this happening. Cowboys was down 21-0 in the second quarter. Got the TD. This is after fumbling the ball, penalties. Looked like a hot mess. And I would say this. Sometimes when you try to play for a different reason, you're so wound up. They lost their brother, who killed himself. So, this is their first home game, right? They played the Raiders, took care of that business on Monday night. But this is their first home game. So you got his family, everybody there. So, we got to win this for him. So they was probably wound up. It was a lot of drop. Don't get me wrong. My Cowboys have looked a hot mess, but they have made some adjustments and added some people that you knew that was going to be at least solid going down the stretch. So when this came out 21-0, you were thinking, oh, shit, we knew it. Fraudulent. Here they go. Everybody was buying in with Kenny Williams and all this kind of stuff. They fell behind, and the first thing in my mind I was thinking probably playing too hard and thinking about the wrong thing. You can still honor your brother in many ways, but you can't get too wound up that it's going to affect everything. And so it became a downfall, man. It was 21-0 second quarter. When they got that 7 point, I was like, okay, let's see what's going on. But the Eagles didn't score no more. The Eagles looked like the Cowboys in the second half, fumbling the ball, stumbling. AJ Brown. Let me back up. AJ Brown in the first quarter, like the All Pro. Every time he bitches, they try to shut him up and they go to him. So anybody who's on FanDuel, anytime that he cries, the next game, make sure you take. He's gonna get 4 or 5 catches. He's gonna have 100 yards or 90, 80 yards. He's gonna have a TD. He had 2 today. All kinds of stuff because it's like I have to appease him. I'm gonna shut his ass up, right? But the Eagles is a flawed team. Not taken away from my Cowboys, but they are. You can't be up 21-0 and lose a game, brother. I'm speaking. This is the Dallas head is on me. I'm a Dallas, but this is me speaking from the brain, not the heart. There's no way you lose this game if you're the Eagles. There's a problem if you lose this game. You did not score, and don't get me wrong. Dallas got it. Their defensive line ain't no joke now. They added some pieces, and they was getting back there to him. They was touching him. They was causing fumbles, and hats off to my Dallas Cowboys, man. Came back. That's an epic win, bro. Like it's like you outscored them 17-0, and this is after a missed field goal. This is after they missed field goals. Took care of business. Now you squarely in the playoff hunt, and now you got another chance to show your face. Because now you got the Chiefs coming in. If you beat the Chiefs, then you definitely in the playoff hunt. But great win for the Cowboys. Took care of business at home. Big time. What you got? Stats?
Yeah, like you said, man, big win for the Cowboys. I don't know with the Eagles, man. There was those reports all week about just the locker room in general being disgruntled with Jalen.
Yes. Yes.
Now he doesn't seem to have too much to say about it, but again, I mean, it shows in the game. I'm sitting here looking at the stats, right?
Right.
Jalen Hurts, 27-39, 289 yards, 1 TD.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the leading rusher with 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. You have an All-Pro in Saquon, you know what I mean? He touched it 10 times, but he only got 22 yards on the day, right?
Ridiculous.
You got somebody like AJ Brown, like you said, he ate today. He just got to complain a little bit in order to get the ball. 8 receptions today, 110 yards, 1 TD. So I think he might have been happy. Saquon, not so much.
Right.
For the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 23 of 36, 354, 2 TDs, 1 INT. He's airing that ball out. Javonte Williams, 20 carries, 87 yards. George Pickens was the leading receiver with 146 yards on 9 receptions and 1 touchdown for the day. Cowboys staged a massive comeback, overcoming 21-0 first half deficit to beat the NFC East leaders at home. Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey made a 42-yard field goal as time expired. After their initial 3 scoring drives, the Eagles' offense was held scoreless for the remainder of the game. The Eagles' loss drops them to 8-3 on the season. Dak Prescott found George Pickens for a crucial 24-yard game.
Big time.
With 44 seconds remaining to set up the game-winning field goal attempt. Huge division win for the Cowboys, who kept their own slim playoff hopes alive. So yeah, man, it's a great game for the Cowboys. Like I said, I was watching it here on NFL Network prior to us getting online or whatever, and I thought it was pretty much over at the time. But to see that score like now, it kind of threw me off.
But it's so crazy because as we was doing the show, really, the Eagles fumbled like 2 or 3 times. Like, really, this game could have really looked like Cowboys 35-21 type shit. If they took care of business, it could have looked that messy. And if it had looked that messy, then you would have had that locker room would have been for the Eagles. Oh, all hell would have broke loose. It's still gonna break loose.
Yeah, I still expect.
It's still gonna break
I
loose.
still expect that.
It's gonna break loose.
I still expect that. I remember I seen where they had asked AJ Brown earlier in the week, if he wasn't the same player he was like last season or whatever.
Woo-wee.
And he snapped back and he was like, well, I guess Saquon ain't the same player either. Right? I mean, if I'm not the same player, I'm guessing he's not because he's not producing that level either. You know what I mean? So
and who says that?
Yeah,
who says that? Who says that? Like, you don't like you may know that and you may think that, but you don't say that. Right? It's certain things you say.
Right.
And I get they coming for you because they know they can get a reactionary from you. They know that you're gonna say some crazy shit. Like, you should have been like, you know what? I'm doing my best. We're winning X, Y, and Z. But they know when you know you can go to stats and he's gonna drop a jewel to us, like he did. And so we know once the show ends, we're gonna hear this locker room shit is gonna bust out big time. We're gonna hear so much stuff on this one. And the crazy thing is, they're still 8-3, but no one fears anybody in the league. Mr. Stat, there's no dominant team in the league. What team do you fear? Nobody. There's no this is probably to be the first time that you can say this is wide open. Whoever gets hot can win this.
Right.
Point blank. Like, we've seen it.
It's just a like anomaly of a season, right? This is a different season, man. I don't know. I think you think betting might come into this, man.
Ooh.
Like the NBA, you know what I mean? I just think that betting might have changed the game, you know what I mean?
I would say this. Does betting goes on in that as far as within the locker room? Probably. I'm not going to say they don't. But, the NBA, the thought process with the NBA is like we play 82 games. So if we go ahead and tell Twan that we can throw 2 or 3, 4 games, go ahead and bet on this, it ain't going to hurt us. NFL, when you throw these games, you're done. Like, you can't throw 3 games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be real.
Well, I mean, no, the team, the organization, but the players and the players' families and shit, hey, look, I'm going to go out here and drop 3 passes today. Yeah. They ain't expecting that.
But I'm saying, like that's what I'm saying. Like, their shit is short-lived. Like, their season is short impact. Can players do that? Yes, they can. Not saying they can't. But I think it's just more easier in the NBA. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to win that championship. I don't care, because at the end of the day, when you win that championship, not only do you get more money, but you become a legend in that city. Maybe I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, but I play for Denver. I'm not going to get the same opportunities in Huntsville than I am in Denver. Because, my former, so I can go back and live there. So let me go ahead and take care of business. Now, I'm with you. It happens. We know it happens. Hell, that's the worst thing that can happen, that I can sit here and bet on games by my phone, and I have 3 or 4 people who I know that's playing in the league or playing college ball. And they tell me, Mr. Stats ain't playing. Mr. Stats is a starting quarterback. He ain't playing. Or he's got a bum leg, so he's used to running. He ain't running, take the under.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that shit happens. Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you. But on this one, Cowboys, big win. Take care of business. Do what you got to do. So right now, the 8 o'clock game, we have the Bucs 6-4, the Rams 8-2. LA is 7-point favorite in this game. That's about right. The Bucs, I'm going to tell you this. From my thought on this game, this is a must-win for the Bucs. Must-win for the Bucs. Because, granted, their division is not that hard when you look at their stuff, because in their division, You know, that's Carolina Panthers, that's the Falcons and the Aints. The Aints is trash. The Falcons is trying to find themselves, and the Panthers is overachievers, right? So if you want to win it, you do this, and we know that Baker Maker can do stuff, but I don't know. I think the points is right on this one. The Rams is in a tougher division. You know, you got the Seahawks, you got the 49ers, who 49ers deserve all the praise because they have so many injuries and they still right there breathing down the neck of everybody. What's your thoughts on this game? Who you got?
Let's see. The Bucks, 6-4 record, are looking to bounce back from 2 consecutive losses, secure the lead in the NFC South. The Buccaneers defense is notably injury depleted, with key players ruled out, including quarterback Jamil Dean, outside linebacker Hassan Reddick, linebacker Servassier Morrison is also out with a quad injury. The Bucks offense has the potential to exploit the Rams defense dealing with injuries. Quarterback Baker Mayfield will face a Rams defense that will be without linebacker Ernest Jones. The Rams' winning streak includes victories over several strong teams: the Ravens, the Jaguars, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers have struggled against quality opponents, with recent losses to the Lions, Patriots, and the Bills.
Who are better teams than who they talked about the Rams beat?
Right. Baker, you know, he's been dealing with a lot of injuries this season. I think they have Godwin back today.
Yep.
Yeah. And throughout the next couple weeks, I believe they get a couple more guys back. Again, impressive what they've been able to do with all the injuries. But, you know, with the Rams, I just think the Rams are too tough of a team offensively, especially being at home. I'm going to roll with the Rams on it.
Yeah, I'm rocking and rolling with you on that one. I think the Rams going to take care of business. But what you just said is absolutely true. So as far as with the Bucks, with the injuries, you ain't like, if they healthy, you don't want to face them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the old Baker. He has a ton of weapons. From running back Bucky Irvin needs to come back. From Evans and all these guys, man, they just get Godwin back. Their receiving core is probably the best trio. Mbuka, Godwin, and Evans.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough. So I'm with you. I'm gonna ride with the Rams on this one. Take care of business. Last but not least, we got a Monday night game. We have the Panthers at the 49ers, 6-5, and the 40. Hats off to the 40. Yeah, y'all know I can't stand the 49ers. Even though I love my brother, the Don. He knows that. That's like he can't stand the Cowboys. That's how it goes. But when you are a organization that take care of business, this is what take care of business is about. This is what stats. This is what take care of business looks like. 7-4 with a ton of injuries, with backup quarterbacks, backup defensive line, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I moved the needle on this one too. Stats. This 7 points, man. This should be at least 10 points. 49ers is gonna probably throttle. And hats off to Bryce Young and Rico Dowdle, all them, man. I mean, they doing some stuff that no one had them. Everybody had them like bottom 3 teams in the league. Let's be real. Bottom 4. They have beat several teams. They have beat my team. You know what I'm saying? They have rocked and roll and took care of business. And no one can say they beat your team, my team. Shit. And when they lost to the Saints, I started crying because how the hell you lose the Saints? You beat the Packers. and the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? The Dolphins and all them. It is what it is. But I think time is ticking on that glass slipper. I hope Rico balls out because I got him on my fantasy team. But 49ers, man, has positioned himself in a great position to go ahead and take. That isn't a hard division. Like, they may not win their division, but they probably get in the playoffs because they 7-4. Unless they just completely bottom out at the end. What you get on this game, Stats?
Let's look at it. Let me see. Offensive disparity. The 49ers offense has been prolific, while the Panthers rank near the bottom of the league in several offensive categories. Carolina is 27th in points scored per game at 18.8 and 26th in passing yards per game at 187.2. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey had a strong showing in his last game, running for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns on 13 carries. Betting lines, the 49ers are 7.5-point favorites with the over-under of 49.5 points. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy's game status was not designated on the latest report, but his passing stats indicate strong play. 262 passing yards per game. Carolina will need a more consistent run game to compete with the 49ers defense, a struggle for them in recent weeks. So, yeah, I mean, they're another surprise team at 6-5. Carolina is. Like I said, you would expected them to be towards the bottom of the league, earlier in the season. The fact that they're here means a lot to them, you know what I mean? And San Francisco, like you said, dealing with a lot of injuries, receivers who haven't even touched the field this year.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the 49ers on this game. Like I said, the Carolina Panthers, I expect them to compete, being that they're looking at a 49-point over and under. I'm expecting them to compete, but, just not be enough to get over.
All right. You know what? Like I said, I'm going to move the needle. I'm going to move it to 10. I think the 49ers is going to win this game comfortably. I just don't think that Salah is going to let them pass. You know what I'm saying? That rookie, the receiver, he's been balling. Rico's been balling. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Also, Purdy came back, looked apart, threw the ball all over the place. Christian, Kittle, they got so many weapons on that without Brandon, who's not back yet. But, yeah, but that's an organization, right? That's what organizations look like and do and does. It is what it is with that one. What you leaving the people with?
Oh, man, God bless you. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all guys enjoy. Don't get too fat. Save some for later on in the year. You got Christmas coming up. You know what I mean? Don't do it to yourselves. You know what I mean? I'll see y'all next week.
Oh, Lord. Not Mr. Stats, though. Y'all don't. Hey, go ahead and pig out. It's Thanksgiving. This don't pig out for 3-4 weeks leading up to it. Like pig out, take some breaks, then Christmas will be here. Don't pig out from here to Christmas. Do what you got to do.
Christmas.
Right. Because some people do that. It's like it don't stop.
It's hard to get hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because they like, okay, this is the season to be holly and jolly, and they take it all the way through it. So this take a breather. But now, hey, thank you guys for watching this stuff big time. We got some massive games next week. We got the Chiefs and the Cowboys on Thursday night right there. We're going to see who's trying to get to the playoffs. It starts with that. So make sure you watch and continue to do what it's going to do. Tomorrow, we got No Cap. So we'll go after the Louisville game. We got the No Cap. So we'll go ahead and recap the games from Friday. So on Tuesday, we have big time, Bird's Eye View, and then we'll try to sneak in another show and do what we got to do. But thank you guys for watching, and y'all know what we do. Thank you. Mile Wide, In Touch, Dr. Woods. It is what it is. We out of here. God bless. Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, play.